Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? And if you've been following me on this YouTube channel and on my social media and whatnot, then you probably know that I've upgraded my laptop, and I absolutely adore my Huawei Matebook X Pro. But here at CES 2019, Huawei have announced a new Matebook, one that is more affordable and takes a number of the cues from the Matebook X Pro, but changes other things up. So what we're going to take a look at is this, along with their tablet. And this tablet, something that I was actually surprised about, is going to come to the US. Both of these devices are going to go to multiple markets that include the US. Tablets may or may not be a big thing for you anymore, and let me know what you think about tablets in the Android space in the comments down below, but this is the MediaPad M5. The Huawei MediaPad M5 Lite has a metal design with diamond cut edges, as they call it, and it actually feels really nice in the hand. Now, there's a respectable amount of bezel around the 10.1-inch display, and by the way, that display is a full HD IPS screen at 1920 by 1200 resolution. Huawei kept things as in-house as possible with the Kirin 659, so even they have their mid-range processors that they put into their products. You can get the tablet charged up with quick charge pretty easily. It does come with a camera, but ultimately what you're looking for here is just a big screen experience that happens to have some smartphone features, and one of those is actually a fingerprint sensor. Now, that fingerprint sensor is found up front, right below the screen, if you're looking at it in landscape mode. However, one cool thing about this is that the tablet is being used for distracting children. I mean, a lot of people out there probably use their tablets for that purpose. There is a kids corner application on here that locks many of the features down and only makes some of them available for your kids. But there's a cool feature here where you can actually put your kid's fingerprint onto the tablet, and if it detects that fingerprint for usage, it goes straight into the semi-locked Kids Corner app. Harman Kardon also help with the speakers, so you could have some good audio on this, especially for your kids who might be using this for games or media or whatnot. And with a large 7500 mAh battery, it should be able to go for quite a while. But that takes care of the tablet. Let's get into the Matebook 13. I would love to say that because it is a smaller device all around, that the Matebook 13 would be a bit sleeker even than the Matebook X Pro, but that's simply not the case. Now, it is a smaller laptop in general size, but it's also a bit chunkier overall. There are a couple of different versions of the Matebook 13 that come with i5 or i7 variants of the latest Intel Core processors. However, the i7 also comes with the MX150, the NVIDIA GeForce MX150, that is a lower version of the one that you might see in higher-end laptops like the Matebook X Pro. Thankfully, though, there's not a whole lot of wasted space with this laptop. After all, the keyboard does go as much to the sides as they possibly can, but that power button still has a fingerprint reader embedded into it, which is still nice to see. Now, the screen itself at 13 inches comes in at 2160 by 1440 resolution. That's a 3:2 aspect ratio, and it still has 88% of a screen-to-body ratio. The reason for that is because, well, the camera has returned to the top of the screen. It's so close to the very top edge, and it's also so minuscule that the bezel is still quite respectable here. So all of those arguments about the camera and that it takes up space, this is about as good as you're going to get without moving it from its original spot. Now, as far as ports go, you still get a 3.5mm headphone jack, along with two USB-C ports, one on the left and one on the right. Now, the one on the left is what supports data transfer and charging, which you can use with a 65-watt charger, and then the right port supports data transfer and display port. Now, you'll notice that I did not say Thunderbolt on here. That's going to be a little bit of a bummer for anybody who used the Matebook X Pro or any Ultrabook or any slim notebook for that matter with something like an eGPU. The version with the i5 Intel processor and integrated graphics starts at $999, while the i7 variant that has the MX150 goes at $1299. It's still a pretty aggressive price point when you consider that Huawei is bringing some of their great design to a 13-inch laptop, and they've even managed to make the screen as large as possible without sacrificing it via the bezels, even with that front-facing camera returning to the top. So let me know what you think about these laptops. The Matebook 13 is definitely an alternative if you don't need everything that the other laptops in the Matebook line provide you. And keep it tuned to my channel for even more from CES 2019. I'm also doing some stuff over at Pocket Now, so you can take a look at my content on that channel as well. You can see the links appearing right now. Subscribe to my channel for more about not only laptops, but also about all of the mobile tech that's happening at CES 2019 and maybe a couple of extra things. Speaking of extra things, I'm actually going to be putting some videos up on my Facebook page, so make sure you go down to the description down below in order to figure out all the different links for my social media, for my Facebook page, and to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Keep it tuned here for even more videos from CES 2019, and until my next video, I will just remind you to enjoy your tea, everybody.